is our 1 year episode. So it's been crazy. It's been an entire year since we started this. Yeah. And it's a special episode because we're going to go through a bunch of things that we've done since the start, our favorite moments, how we've evolved through the time. And then also it's even more special because this is the first time Sean Marcus and I are actually in person together on this. So,
face to face, kind of.
Still peeking through weird stuff in our janky setup with scotch tape, holding up phones and all that. But I don't know. I'm happy to be here, man.
Yeah. Well, I dressed up today.
I know. You told me that we need to dress up, and I forgot.
Yeah, somebody didn't. You guys can guess who I am. Comment below.
Yeah, he's just dressed as himself.
Yeah, it's weird doing it. You know, I mean,
we're still peeking through little screens, but we're here doing it. It was an idea that I came up with like a year ago, and I was looking for somebody to, that I could mesh with really well and do a fun show with that enjoyed movies just as much as me. And
that's basically all we talk about. We do not talk about anything else. Well, now we talk about kid stuff.
Bonding over being dads, and that's where the Dads Talk film thing came from. But our show's evolved over time. Like, we started off thinking we were going to give more advice about parenting and really focus in on movies that were all dad-based. And then
that went out the window real quick.
It went out the window pretty quick, but it was still fun. And I think it started us off like in a cool little realm, but it kind of limited our show. But we're still sticking with the dad thing. We still throw out little bits of advice and all that. It's just part of our lives and stuff. So I'm really enjoying where it came from. But man, looking at our first episode, have you looked at it recently?
It's bad.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though. The content and our dialogue hasn't really changed much. Like we were still doing our no script banter, just off the cuff, talking about whatever we feel like, so many tangents. But technically wise, besides today's setup, we have really advanced.
Yeah, we've
changed the background. We've figured out how to do green screen.
Yeah, that first episode, man, we were like, we just need to put this out with the green screen in the background because it was terrible. We thought taking out green screen would have been so much easier.
Well, my camera wasn't even recording, so we had to use the Zoom recording.
Oh, no, it was opposite. You had two set of cameras going. Mine only had the one, and we kept zooming in and out on my face.
Oh, yeah.
And you had the two, so yours looked all super cool. And I was just like, here's a close-up of my face. Here's a little bit further. Here's closer.
Yeah.
But it didn't stop us. I was glad we did it. We put our first episode out on Father's Day. That was this cool little goal to do. And it was a ton of work. Our episode was like over an hour long. And we were just like, oh, it's all good content. Now most of our episodes are down to 15 minutes.
Well, we do the 15-minute and we do like a 30 minutes. We do the short and long.
They're a lot like spread out though, like the longer ones, because it was so daunting just editing all those. And then, for the views that weren't really there in the beginning. But we had a ton of support right off the bat. We had 100 subscribers before we even put out our first episode.
Thank you, friends.
Yeah, thank you to all our friends. Got us our little custom URL and really helped us out along the way. But
otherwise we might have been The Real Dad's Talk Film at YouTube _ promise this is the real one. Because, there's so many copycats.
Yeah, so we've come a long way. We had the weird blue background there for a while.
Yeah,
we got some I had some suggestions from people. And that's what we do. We take these suggestions from people. Yeah. And they're like, maybe you need to lighten it up. So then we took forever to figure out, like, well, what would be the perfect background for us at the time.
But I think, like you said, we've definitely evolved, and now we're doing not just the long and the shorter, but we're doing shorts, for all those people who are really into just boom, boom, boom. They want to know about movie stuff. They want the top fives. They want highlights of our episodes or, our rename game and our frame game.
What's great about like these shorts now is all the engagement we're getting. It actually makes me like it more. But honestly, the short that's taken off right now is our movie frame guessing game. That's actually kind of what started us doing this show. Like you were texting me and you started sending me that. And then every day we were just like, oh man, we know a bunch about these movies and trying to get things in the first guess. And then even that poster one, like I'm doing a 0-second guess looking at all these little blocks. And then you just felt so good because you're like, I looked at all these little blocks and somehow I figured it out. So
and then the pandemic, everybody was doing stuff on Zoom. So you're like, let's do a Zoom podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been fun. It's crazy. It's been a year and it's still fun for me.
Yeah.
So I think
some of those early topics though that you wanted to do the show on were weird though. Rating love dolls. I mean,
that was all you on that one. You're like, man, this is my favorite movie. Yeah, speaking of that though, like throughout the year, do you have like a favorite episode or some favorite movie that we've done?
I'm gonna go more so like not favorite, but like ones that have kind of surprised me, like The Menu.
Yeah,
that one surprised me. I didn't expect that one to be such a
that's a fun episode.
Movie.
I'd agree though, man. The Menu was a surprise. Like you messaged me and you're like, hey, I think we should do an episode on this, and like I jumped on it, and it's probably one of my favorite movies we watched this year. Honestly, it was a surprise to me. All the ideas that came from it were really cool.
And then I would say recently for shows, The Crowded Room, that one surprised me too, that it was so much better than I expected.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still not even finished, so we can't say for sure. Maybe it starts sucking.
If we're going to go with shows, I feel like Welcome to Wrexham was just a fun one for us.
Well, duh. I knew that one was going to be good going in. I was expecting it to be good.
Our Fight Club episode, that was earlier on.
Yeah.
It's a fun one. And then we put in a ton of work, or now it's Sean Marcus that puts in a ton of work on the animation stuff. But what kind of kickstarted that, like beyond our little pop-ups, but like the actual animations was Top Gun Maverick, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because we had the random idea, let's put ourselves in some jets, and we were wearing aviators just to go with it. And that was just a fun one for me. Like,
let's try to put us in some jets. And I'm like, okay, let's do that.
It's so janky looking, but it's like, it recreates like the whole like flight scene of the movie. We even drop a little missiles off and then take off and pull really hard out of the thing. But man,
I would say my favorite pop-up animation though is Back to the Future, where you're like, okay,
that was one of our first ones, right?
Yeah, let's put us in the DeLorean.
I'm gonna be driving.
I mean, it's
am I Marty or you Doc? Like,
it's so stupid, but
that was actually our first one, and then we did Maverick, I think, and because we realized after we kind of figured out the green screen that we're like, we can actually do this stuff, and is it good? I don't know. It's entertaining to us.
You know, I would say though we're kind of like Matt Stone and Trey Parker from South Park, where they're just like, as long as we make each other laugh, that's all that matters. Like, honestly, I don't care if people don't watch these longer episodes. Yeah. I think eventually they will. It'll catch on. But like, I have so much fun doing it that's what makes this whole show worth it. Like, all the shorts are like, they get the views and subscribers and all that. But like, this is what
this is the fun part of it all, is just like sitting here and talking about like what we enjoy and movies that we like. And I don't know, it's still fun. Sometimes it feels like, oh man, what movie are we watching, trying to figure it out. But when you find those movies that really hit it for you and like can spark those like conversations, it's super fun still.
I'm gonna say the one thing that I'm proudest about is that unlike so many channels that are popular that just rehash and take what other people have done that's popular and then like just slap themselves just like sitting there reacting to it, or they just like make clips of like popular things that they find on the internet and like, those might be getting a bazillion views and subscribers, but like we're putting out original content. Our top 5 lists are original. Like everything is original that we do. So I think that's what I'm most proud of, is that we're not just cut and pasting. We're doing original stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a good point, because like all of the movie stuff I watched would be like the new rock stars on YouTube and stuff. And they're really breaking down all these little things and other random little reviews. But I never looked at those channels and said, we need to copy that exactly. Like all the pop-up stuff we have, all the weird random animations. Like,
no one else is doing that.
Yeah, not that I know of. I didn't pull that, or we didn't pull that from like other stuff that we're like, oh, let's copy that and do this. We're like, no, this is just random stupid thoughts that popped up in our head. And it kind of started off with us just making up little dialogue pieces for each other. Like when the other person's just sitting there and you look at an expression, you're like, oh, he's probably thinking this. So then you type it.
Well, and I was watching Family Guy the other day, and I told Stacy, I'm like, if I was making a cartoon with Austin, like this is the cartoon we would come up with.
Yeah, it'd be
just
some
totally random tangents and like, you know, chickens fighting with each other.
Some of
like,
our tangents, just kind of go off and we're like, what movie were we talking about?
What were we even discussing?
How did we get here?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's just the fun part of it. And, you know, hopefully people will start catching on. I mean, our audience is slowly growing. Not as fast as we had hoped, but like, you know, we're making the changes and moves. And I think that's what I'm most proud of is like where we started and then where we're at now. And I know it's only going to get better, but also the thing I'm most proud of is that out of all the projects I've done, this is the most consistent thing. And even Diana's mentioned it. She's like, I'm super proud of you for just continuing to do it. Because most of the time I'll get super passionate about something and then go full on in and then just die off. And if I was by myself and not doing this with you...
Are we talking about your lemonade stand again?
It just never took off. And I tried switching it to orange juice.
Well, you were charging $50 a glass.
Yeah, it's handmade. I squeezed them myself between my cheeks.
Oh.
It was back when we were watching Top Gun Maverick. I didn't talk about this, but when I said it was like cheek clenching excitement, I had lemons between my cheeks and I was actually squeezing out some juice. Squeeze the juice. What movie is that from? Squeeze the Juice.
Squeeze the Juice.
Oh, man, you don't even know.
No.
Dang. Encino Man.
No, that's Wheezing the Juice.
Wheeze the Juice.
Oh my
man, you're right.
Bro, and we figure wheeze a little juice.
But you
no
corrected
wheezing
me.
the juice. Squeeze the juice.
It was,
oh wow! At least we brought in Pauly Shore and Encino Man in this episode. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah. Goal wise for this next year, what's your goal for this next year?
It's getting another 1,000 subscribers. That'd just be awesome right there. Is just having that, and then it'd be nice to see our views hitting like the 1,000 mark, or like, you know, our shorts are already kicking up to 5,000. So hopefully that takes off. By a year, I'd hope it hits more. Maybe it's the 5,000.
I was gonna say, I would hope our episodes, like our Watch This and those other ones, that they hit the 1,000 mark. My other goal is that we finally get Ryan Reynolds on the show. For those of you that have watched the early ones,
we were pretty adamant about it.
Yeah, we were always asking Ryan Reynolds, and you know, we've kind of tapered off a little bit. We didn't want to seem too needy, too clean.
He's busy. He's making money.
He's busy. He's got the whole Wrexham thing.
I switched to Mint Mobile, and then he just like pulled it out from under the rug on me. And just like put me back at T-Mobile.
Yeah.
Like,
so there was a little animosity there. I felt a little tension.
We were going to do a little like commercial thing for it, and then he just like slapped me, and I was like, I'm done.
Now we're both on T-Mobile.
I'm back on T-Mobile. But it's fine. I got to keep my Mint Mobile price.
Yeah. You pay less than me, so who's the real winner here?
It's super nice. So thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
You made yourself millions, and you saved me, or billions. Yeah. Saved me money in the process. So
another great thing that we do that nobody else really does, our rating system.
Yeah.
We've always got a fun rating system that's totally unique. We kind of come up with it on the fly.
Yeah, we always come up with it on the fly.
And it's themed from the movie or show that we're doing. Totally abstract and obscure, and it never makes sense, really. Yeah. So there's no real way to gauge.
In a way, it's kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway, or the points don't matter.
Yeah, the points don't matter. But the points don't matter on a rating. It's just something.
Yeah, we do get the question, though. They're like, when we spit out a number like, 7. And they're like, well, is that good or is that bad? And if we're talking about it, it's probably good, just because we wouldn't be doing an episode on a movie we didn't really enjoy or think anybody else was going to get enjoyment out of. There's been movies that you and I both have watched, and it's like one of us likes it more than the other. And I think that reflects in our rating system a little bit.
Yeah. What's your favorite rating that we've done so far?
Ooh. You know what? I actually think it's because of the work you put into it. I think I really liked our White Men Can't Jump one.
I'm giving it 3, but then I'm giving it one more that almost goes in, but
man. Yeah,
I get a little rim job.
Yeah, the basketballs actually like that one.
So that was going to be one of my seconds.
Yeah, there was
Grown Ups is still my favorite.
Oh yeah, the glider,
the zip line.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, because we got to do a sweet zip line. We got to do a little dive off the end, and we had our little paddle rating judges. Mm-hmm. So.
My favorite part is just making it so hard for you to have to do all these animations. I like add on stories to things with Frodo and Sam going down slides.
I'll tell you what, though. Thank you, Adobe Beta Photoshop, for making it much easier to come up with these now. Yeah, Adobe, sponsor us.
Yeah, we stopped doing the Bumble sponsor thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because we stopped talking so much about parenting and all that. But
yeah. Bumble, sponsor us.
Yeah.
Aviation Gin, sponsor us. Mint Mobile, sponsor us.
Exactly.
Anybody sponsor us.
Somebody.
Yeah. Applebee's.
You're all about the Applebee's.
I'll take Tampax. Honestly, like I will peddle tampons.
Man,
we've got female viewers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we've got a strong female viewership.
So we did all the animation stuff, and we've done a ton of episodes, and I like dressing up. I think those are my favorite episodes that we've done. We've dressed up in a handful. I think we should do it
for
more.
Halloween, we've done it. For Christmas, we've done it. We're Fight Club.
But what was your favorite one, or that we've done together?
It's got to be Christmas. It's got to be Christmas.
That's
Vacation.
your favorite one?
That's my favorite one because
one.
Cousin Eddie is always hysterical. That's a great costume. And then me dressing up as Clark, dressed in his mother's
that was so
clothing,
funny. Yeah.
is always funny, and that's what I wear for Christmas. So,
do you do that every year?
I've done it the last couple of years.
It's just because you find it comfortable. You're like, it's actually not that bad. I got these nice gloves.
I know they're soft. It's furry.
I mean, honestly, I think that's the first robe I've ever bought, like for the Cousin Eddie.
I bought another robe for my Ryan Reynolds Christmas song.
We didn't even talk about that.
We did not talk about me singing like Kermit.
Ryan Reynolds.
Several people commented on how much my voice sounds like Kermit the Frog.
I mean, but at least people were commenting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you haven't checked out the Ryan Reynolds, like, what was the song?
It was I'm Dreaming of a Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, if you haven't checked that out, you
my
need to check
bromance, totally homoerotic.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming of Ryan Reynolds because we want him on our show.
You did an awesome job with that, though. I was actually really surprised. It exceeded our level of quality.
Yeah, but still not good enough for
And I still made my own appearance in it a couple of times, like even being all the way out in California. My cat guitar, or keytar,
cat keytar.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
You haven't discussed your favorite costume though.
That was easy. It's Fight Club, man. Your mine was easy. I just had to dirty up myself a little bit, have the tie loosened up, black eye and all that. But I just knew that you had a Tyler Durden outfit. There was no question. Diana's like, "How is this even going to work?" I'm like, he's going to have one.
I keep every costume that I ever buy, and it's all in bins in the garage. So of course I could pick it together
But it was so perfect. So I think that was my favorite one. It just felt like it fit really well. And it was just a fun episode. Fight Club's just an awesome movie. And that was still kind of an earlier episode. Yeah. So
should we rate this episode?
Yeah, we can rate this episode.
Okay.
How are we going to rate this one?
Let's rate it on how many pieces of tape is holding up the phone that's recording you right now.
This is fun. This is a cool experience, doing this in person. I thought this was going to be way more awkward. Honestly, we have more screen time together than we do personal, in face-to-face time.
Yeah, hands down, we have spent more time on Zoom than we ever have in person. So
with all that said, because I always ramble on my ratings, I'm going to give it a solid 10 pieces of tape holding this up. I'm going to make sure that's secure because I've been having a blast with all these, and I'm glad we're here, and I'm glad you pressured me to do it. So 10 pieces, even though I think we only have 3 or 4 pieces holding this one up, it's dangling there.
Yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't fallen off. I'm gonna give this one. I'll give this one 10 pieces of tape as well. Yeah. We'll tie this one, and that way I don't have to Photoshop too many pieces of tape.
You're not gonna put your tape over my tape, and there's a solid 20 pieces of tape holding this phone up, just interlaced.
I need to take a picture of this stand. This setup is. I'll show you guys.
It's weird how janky the setup is for us. Having janky setup separate, and then it's still just as janky, and we're still using green screens even though we're in person. So,
Yeah, well,
we showed a picture of Sean Marcus's house in what episode? The Lars and the Real Girl. We showed a real picture, so if you go back to that episode, you can see what his house
Totally
actually
real.
looks like. Yeah, it looks like that. I'm here right now. So,
You're not even sitting on a chair. You're just sitting on piles of garbage.
this is like photoshopped
Laundry,
in or something like.
Yeah, he's sitting on some laundry and cereal boxes and water bottles full of piss.
Yeah. This was fun. I'm glad we got to do it. I'm
Yeah.
glad you pressured me into it.
Thank you, audience, for those who are
thanks.
watching and supporting us. And
Yeah, we
coming back.
appreciate it a ton. It keeps us going. I mean, we're going to do it anyway, but like, it always makes us feel good when we start seeing comments and likes come through, and
those
boosts our
people-
ego up a little bit.
The people like who comment and who are like, "Hey, I really like what you have to say.
Yeah,
Keep putting out more episodes." Like,
yeah, we've been getting those lately.
Those people-
That's been cool.
They get my feels going.
Yeah,
Because I would do this even if nobody watched it.
Yeah, no, it's been fun.
Maybe we'll be like Van Gogh or something, like one of those artists
just have
who
to-
like we're gonna have to die, and then
we just take it.
after we're dead, this channel's just gonna to the moon.
Well, don't wait for us to die.
Yeah.
Keep watching us. Like, comment for us because we love it, and we love you guys for tuning in with us every single week and watching all our weird, random things that we're doing, the new stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's it for this episode. So, peace. Real life.